You asked for it, so here it is, phase 2 of the HIIT program. This first movement, you're going to grab 2 dumbbells and you're going to have both knees at 90-90, and you're focusing on driving through the heel on the foot that's in front. The foot in the back, or the right leg in this instance, is just going to be acting like a kickstand. So you're going to want to keep torso as upright as possible, driving through the lead heel, coming up relatively quickly, and then coming down at a controlled descent. Next one, you're going to be doing an RDL, so it's important here to stand on the left side and have the weight in the opposite side. You can see me tucking my pelvis there. You want to keep a neutral lower back, and the stance leg is slightly bent. And to lower the dumbbell, you are just hinging at the hips, going down, and then driving back up. So to come back up, making sure you're not hinging like that. Make sure you're controlled, hinging, and then driving the pelvis forwards to come back up to neutral. This next one, you're going to do the same thing. Grab a dumbbell, and the foot on the bench or the foot in back is going to be acting like a kickstand. So you're not using the right leg to drive. You're continuing to focus on driving through the left foot in this situation through the heel. So again, you're sitting back into the hip. Notice my knee is flexing to 90. My knee is not going out over my toes. That's okay to do, but we are doing this to feel this in the left posterior side of the hip. So you don't want to do that. You want to sit back. Yeah, don't do that. Sit back into the hip, coming back up. Trying to get that left thigh here to parallel to the ground. Next, you're going to grab a dumbbell, staggered stance. So this side, we're looking for a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a load into the left hip here. Again, not focusing on driving through the lower back. You're focusing on driving through the hips. So neutral low back, sticking the butt out, bring the torso to the lead side, and driving the pelvis forwards to come back up, not extending through the lower back. So here, feel a little stretch, and then drive the pelvis forward, squeezing the left glute here. Next, you're going to grab some weight. It could be a plate, medicine ball. Again, we're doing this to load into the left side here, staggered stance. And we're doing this because we want to start to load into these positions once we've opened up the rotation in the hip in phase 1. So standing up, kind of flexing at the knees and turning. Again, you watch my knee. My knee's not going forward. I'm hinging at the hips, at the waist. My butt's going back. So you should feel this on the hip on the leg that's in front, not letting the knee flare out like that. So almost like you're closing the pelvis and your torso to the left or to the stance side. Again, hinging at the waist, not arching the lower back. This is a good tempo. You can obviously add weight or increase the tempo, or add a press at the end. It's up to you. Next one, we're going to grab a medicine ball. Again, rear foot in the back just for balance purposes. Here, I'm opening up my hips and my torso. I'm trying to keep that left knee in this position as still as I can. So just opening up the hips, keeping the head looking down at the ball or the foot, and closing it. So again, priming the hips with additional load after mobility has been gained.